Hello. Good evening, Chuempala. Good evening, world. Good evening, Zambia. Good evening, West Africa, Central Africa, Eastern Africa, and all the other Africas, and across all the continent that carry us and watch us. We know that in some places it's very early in the morning, but you're welcome, and so we're very excited to have you. This is TV Bakwetu. My name is Elias Munshan, coming to you live from Calgary, Alberta, from TV Bakwetu Studios. As usual, we do have with us here General Chipakupaku, who is my co-host, and our resident pharmacist, Mr. Jerome Kanika. General, please say hello to everyone here.
Good evening, Chiwempala. Good evening, my dear friends in Nyimba today. Nyimba because they made me get excited today. Good evening to Samfia, because I know we've got a team in Samfia. And good evening to Mpulungu. Good evening to our friends in Sesheke. I've never greeted people in Sesheke. And good evening to our friends in Siavonga today. Munsha, how are you getting on? It's a very beautiful evening today in Scotland. Weather beautiful. How are you getting on in Canada?
It's a busy day today. I was in court in the morning, but the good thing with virtual court is that I just have it like I'm having like a TV evacuate broadcast. So I had at least 3 matters this morning, and then I have one physically today. So I'll be going there this afternoon.
Wow, that's a good sign for me. Long week done. It's a holiday in my workplace. I work from Glasgow at a time, so it's a holiday in Glasgow on Monday. So I have a long weekend, but it won't be a bad weekend because I will have a lot of work. There's the virtual rally which is taking place. Everything's finalized, but we're ready for it. So it's a long weekend for me. It's beautiful.
When is the virtual rally?
The virtual rally is Sunday the 1st. Sunday the 1st of August from 3 o'clock to 5 o'clock, I think. Well, 15 hours Zambian time to 17 hours Zambian time. I'm using the UK time. Right. So everything is set, the adverts are out, and we're ready to roll.
Okay. And Mr. Kanika, how are you doing?
I'm very fine. Good evening, General, and good evening, Dr. Mwisha. It's like on this program, it's on me who calls you Doctor. What's cutting, General? Why are you not supporting our...
Are you there? Who's... Okay, so it appears like we are running out of bandwidth here. It appears like we are running out of bandwidth. Is it me? All right. It appears like we are running out of bandwidth because Mr. Jerome Kanika was saying something and then he just stopped talking. Are you there?
Exactly. Yeah. Well, we went off air, Munsha. I don't know what happened. Jerome was talking about your PhD or your doctorate, and I was just about to respond, and then we went off air. I'm not sure. I was about to say to Jeremy, I am a very strict academic person. I want to see your thesis published, and then that's when I'll call you. Rightfully so, I'll call you Dr. Munsha.
Our General, I understand that you begin calling someone doctor as long as they've passed the internal and external examination. No? You're waiting for my dissertation? Okay, fine. We can wait. We can hold off a little bit. That's fine.
I know you've submitted your thesis, Munsha, and I wish you all the best. And as soon as it's confirmed, I'll definitely call you that doctor because you're entitled to your title. The only people I'll not call doctor, people like me in education. I don't
go there.
I don't recognize such doctorates. I don't recognize doctorates bought on the shop. So I always respect academic achievements. That's me. And if I wanted to be a doctor, I would have been a doctor. I would have got an honorary degree from my university, but I don't want to do that. I would have worked for my doctorate. could have done that, but I didn't want to. So I'm happy with my masters. So that's it.
Yeah.
So, but otherwise, wait until it's published, Munsha, and you've got it done and dusted. I will definitely call you Dr. Munsha.
All right. Thank you. Now, I just want to. Oh, you were saying something, Jerome, before the powers that be and the wonders of technology interrupted us.
Yeah, definitely. So I was getting shocked. I was checking my phone if I still have bundles, but I discovered that yes, I do have bundles. Yeah. Then what's happening here?
Adama bundles na ya poa.
Maybe now I have proper bundles. You see, if my network, if you're kubombe, if you're utekwe, if that we ship. Tito bali phone kutumana pa bali tumana tio trailer and so be na kufurwa.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just greeting people actually. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, the people. Actually, this time, General, let me mention, I'm happy I've seen Antonio Cornelius Mwitwa is in Muchinga. She moved from Southern to go boost the Muchinga. I'm waiting for Garin Combo to go boost also the Ruapula. Anton is in Ruapula, and the vice president is in Northern Province.
Yeah,
that's wonderful. And the final destination should be Copper Belt. We need you to meet now and get the 1.2 million votes from Copper Belt.
Well, I was watching Anton in Mansa, and he was superb as usual. And just before that, I was also monitoring Honorable Mwetwa. He was supposed to have joined us this evening. Because he's been kept busy, but the strategy there is to beef up the north. We're beefing up the north, and then after beefing up the north, I think the finale will be in the Copper Belt and Lusaka. So it's going to be very interesting. The next 14 days are going to be very interesting.
Yeah, because I saw the president actually is back from Eastern. I've seen him also posting and saying Ero Matero, meaning that Matero should be waiting to be something else in Matero. So that's the way it is. Well, on the other hand, our colleagues from the PF, they have gone in Western Province. So
Wow.
I don't know, why they are going to go there. But anyway, it's good the president is back and is very much, I should be very much safe. And Matero, we are all waiting to see what will happen there in Matero. And we need to crash Mount Zampa there so that he knows that barriers come.
That will be exciting. Now, General, it's been a few days in the past where we've hosted our candidates. I just want to recap a little bit. Now, General, I'm misspeaking here because I'm saying our candidate. I shouldn't say that our candidate. Okay, General Nalufianya.
I think they are our candidates, Zambian candidates, UPND candidates, but not your candidates, you the people in the NDC. So yes, Musha, I think let's recap and see what we've done.
Right.
And I think we started with my brother not in Kasanengwa, but in Chipata. What's his name again?
Noah Nkoma.
Noah Nkoma. And Noah Nkoma was fantastic as usual. And then we were followed up with Princess Beauty Piri,
right,
who was excellent. Remember, Beauty was a replacement to Engineer Amiti. And I was actually really, really impressed to see President HH going to the Miti's village today to go and pay his respect. He was there in the village today, which was fantastic. Thereafter, we moved off to the north, where we had our brother Roderick Chewe.
Yes.
No, before Roderick, there was the Mwandi lady.
Where the Silver saw.
Yes.
Kakom from Mwandi, who was fantastic. And I was really shocked that the people of Mwandi were following. And really, 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 really shocked. And the response from the people in Mwandi was really, really, really impressive. And then we were followed up by Roderick. And finally, the 3 sessions yesterday. I think that's one of the most difficult interviews I've ever had in my life, Moshe. You were very cruel to me.
I think, General, you handled it very well, and I'm extremely proud of how you handled it. You were very clearly methodic, and you wanted to deal with specific topics. You dealt with education, you dealt with health, you dealt with agriculture, and so I think that was very excellent. You spoke with Simwanza, you spoke with Miss Musangu, you spoke with Miss Chikokolo Mlenga Chilufya, and so that was excellent. People picked a lot of things about the candidates, about the constituencies where they come from, and what needed to be done. I think that was very important. It took 2 hours, quite all right, but people can live with 2 hours. So, General, I'm extremely proud of
Musha, I know there were 1 or 2 people who were not happy because it took a long time on one candidate. I think our viewers should realize that the aim of this exercise was to talk about the constituency, talk about the province itself, and also for me to also talk about the UPND policy. That's why I kept on reminding the candidates what the constituency strategies, the vision for the province, and the vision for the country. Right. And it was very exciting, especially for Luapula and the north, that they've got Congo there. They've got Tanzania as the market there. Right. That they've got water which has to be utilized. It was very, very important for me to raise those issues with the candidates, and also to make sure that the parliamentary candidates learn to work together as a province so that they can deliver the vision for the province. I know some people were upset it was too long, but I found it very, very exciting and very good candidates as well. And I think the most impressive one was Mulenga Chikonkolo, Chilufya Chikonkolo. She was so persistent. She could have given up because her phones were not working, but she never gave up. And I think I salute her for that. Musha, over to you.
Now, how are they, our listeners doing? Are they contributing? Are they sending some funds? Are they making it exciting? Are they supporting? Because, General, no matter how many people we bring on this channel, if they are not being helped and funded, then we are not making any progress.
I think there's a lot of activity going on. I won't know. I will try and find out what the numbers are, what the contributions are. But all the candidates we have spoken to, they have sent me messages to say, look, thank you so much for what has happened. If it has opened up new ideas, and some of the people in Zambia phoned them to say, look, actually, I'll give you some airtime. And I think it's important to appeal to our viewers to say, please, it's not too late.
Yeah,
we still have 14 days of the campaign. We still have to feed the polling agents on the day. They still have to travel. Please, 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 please continue to think of these candidates. Send them whatever you can. I know this is the end of the month. Whatever you have spare, send it to them. It will go a long way.
And you civil servants, we understand that they gave you extra money at the month end. That's what the PF are claiming. So take some of the extra money that they say that they get, particularly you people that are paid through the PMSD, Public Service Management Division. Use extra something and send to to the candidates. You've seen their numbers. You can go back on the previous broadcast because they stay on Facebook. So you can retrieve the numbers and send them something. Remember, change can only come when people work together. We've done our part. We've provided this platform. Nomba ni mwevo. Kubatumina kofimo. General, we now hear something about the election, and I want to talk about it again because there is a lot of misinformation. The Patriotic Front is trying to tell a good number of our people that the Patriotic Front has already rigged this election for President Edgar Lungu, and Edgar Lungu will continue. So we want to make it make it very clear once more. If the PF are telling you that they've already rigged this election, they are lying. They haven't. This election will take place on the 12th, and your vote matters. What do you think, General?
Musha, including Mr. Lungu, he announced yesterday that he already won this election by 500,000 votes.
Did he? Was that
Yes,
a news item?
it was
How
on the
did
news.
how
did he count 500,000, a round figure? How did he count those votes before them? It's like counting your chickens before they hatch. And you know, PF is trying to play a psychological game so that people don't go and vote. And if you don't go and vote, then they can rig. They are trying to play a psychological game to say we've already won this game, so there's no need for you to go and vote. Zambians do not listen to what Mr. Lungu is saying. Musha, they're also saying that, oh, no, I think we're suspicious. We have got evidence that UPND wants to rig elections. No, there'll be no rigging of elections.
So on one hand, they say that they have already rigged for Edgar Lungu. And then it's actually UPND that is trying to rig. I think there is confusion here.
Musha, they are trying to prepare the minds of their supporters.
Right.
Already, Davis Mwila said they've already lined up 8 lawyers to go and file a petition in case they lose. So what does that mean? It's a sign that these people know that they're going to lose. But no, we've already won. No, UPND is trying to rig elections. No, if we lose these elections, we've already got 8 lawyers, and Amunduvire and the rest, and Tutu Angulube to file the petition. It doesn't work. Go ahead, Jeremy.
Maybe if I can come in, all the lies which they are trying to say or tell the Zambian people, I think Zambian people are not paying even attention here. You remember Antonio Mwanza mentioned that UPND is training 60,000 militia in southern province. Zambians just said that's rubbish. If you have information, take to the police, and then the police apprehend those people.
Yeah.
Then the SG came again mentioning that we have lawyers to defend the petition, to petition the results. Why talking about petitioning now? Because here we are all campaigning. What is needed is for them to deliver the message. Then again, the issue of the president mentioning that he has won and confident he has won about the 500,000 votes. That's again something you wonder to say, what do they want to do to the people? But you see, the Zambian people, they know very well, and they know what they want. Even if they say all the tricks they will try to do are all backfiring on them. The problem, the damage which they have done to themselves is too huge, such that every Zambian now, they are just counting days. All my friends I know, they're just saying, no, we are checking up on our NRCs and voters card to make sure that we go kick these guys out of offices, because we are tired of Kalimanche being our boss as a civil servant. We are tired of
yeah.
So all those kind of things. If PF had to put its house in order first, maybe they would have been saying that yes, we have some life where people can look at. But now, all what people can look at are just miseries, are just pain, are just poverty, all the mistreatment, all those kind of things are what people remember in PF now. You see, when you check what the people are looking at, they are just checking all the expensive road infrastructure projects that have not been materialized. They have just been seeing all the fake paper promises of building 556 health centers, which are not there. No one can point at. They're just talking about looking at how PF has renamed Ndola Central Hospital into Ndola Teaching Hospital, and they start clapping each other that they have built an infrastructure. So all those kind of are the things that people are complaining about, where people are now, when they see PF, they are seeing where an institution or a political party that has introduced what is called the NIMA, and they are contributing money on a monthly basis, but they are going to the hospital without finding any drugs. So these are the things the people are looking at when they talk about PF. And yesterday, I don't know if you heard, that they have cancelled road tax. Who do that? What's happening?
Did they? How did they announce the road tax? Okay, so we'll come to the road tax later, but let's first of all clear the voting thing, right? So that we leave our viewers with very clear instructions. So, General, I'll deal with instructions before voting, and then I'll leave you, General, to deal with instructions on voting day, and I'll leave you, Jeremy, with instructions after they've voted. So my duty is to talk about what should happen the day before voting. First of all of you people around the world, around the country, I want you to know, first of all, that voting Eve Day is going to be a tremendously peaceful day. God will give us a lot of peace. At 18 hours before the election, ECZ is going to ban all the campaigns. There will be no adverts. Even us on TV, Bakwetu, we are not going to campaign at all. There will be no campaigning after 18 hours. We want umutende, weka, to prevail on the country. There will be a lot of peace. Now, before the election day, if you registered your vote because you probably have moved, Bambi mwe, you were transferred, Bambi mwali upwa, you know. General, between May and August, abantu nabo upwa. So Bambi mwe mwali upwa, which means where you registered as a voter is different from where you are now. Bambi mwali upa, and you moved everywhere. The day or two before the election, go back to where you are supposed to vote from. Some of you are students. Na tuishibati na mopia pantu ba Lungu impia tamwaba mulibe. There is no money in the house because ba Lungu shonse ba lipudira. It's very sad. But if you can, imamwema students, find money, get on a bus, no kuya kulusaka. If you are supposed to be voting from Unza, if you are supposed to be voting from CBU, if you're supposed to be voting from Nortec, if you're supposed to be voting from Chipata Trades or any of these schools, go. Nangu nipanse kuti mwalala, tamwaka fwe. Just one night. Auna imwe kuti mwalala. Ingata ukwetu kwa kulala. But please, find somebody who can give you some accommodation, spend a night in their place, and then make sure. What will happen on the next, I'll leave it to General. So that is the night before. Number two, imomweba kolwa, bacha kolwa. With General, tatunwa yo. I don't know why some people find it difficult to believe that General does not drink.
Number why you are just saying you and the General, so you say,
I'm coming to you, pharmacists. Just give me, I'm coming to you. Because me and General tatunua, if we tunua fiamenshi na coffee. Number, and adishwa, even pharmacist Jerome Kanika. Na imani mwa bapentete.
Mwa bapente kwenda. Mukwai.
Mwa bika kwena. Kwena gives the impression that mlegeza. Ni mwa bapente. Bantu ifo bapente muwalwa emu abasatana emu ekana muwalwa muri mosi mulya emu abasatana so tatunwa. Anyway, now this is not to say that mwebanwa we don't like you or anything like that. So ngamulanwa, in my appeal to you is that on election eve mwikanwa yo, don't drink, mwikanwa mukalale soba. Okay, ngamukanwa if you to know. Not be dizzy but you can't even figure out what is going on. Mukanwa if you to know. Utwali ngafie, no tukunwa sana. And then sleep. Make sure that your voter's card and your NRC, Filipamo. Make sure that your hands, because you got in biometrics voting, right? So be ready. If you work very hard like I do, and you are ready to go and do it the night before, then go to bed early because it will be a very peaceful evening. No. So go to bed early, retire early. and then in Gawacha, General, please take over. What should happen in Gawacha?
So the following morning, on Thursday, the 12th of August, wake up early in the morning. I would suggest that all the voters wake up at 5. Do not wear any party regalia. Don't wear the UPND regalia. But PF, do not wear your PF regalia because it's illegal.
And by NDC?
By NDC, don't wear your regalia. All the political parties, you wear your own clothes. Don't even wear anything, the colors of your party, because that's illegal. Take your NRC, take your voter's card, go to the polling station. I would suggest be at the polling station by 5:30, because there'll be queues on that day, so that you queue up and be the first people to vote. When you get to the polling station, you are not allowed to campaign on the line. So if you find somebody campaigning on the line, whether they are PF, you're not allowed to give money on the line. You're not allowed to campaign on the line. If it's a PF campaigning and giving you money, it's illegal.
Right, yeah.
Okay? Then you get inside in the polling station. They will check your voter's card. They will check your registration card and make sure that they are correct. You will go to table number 1. They will check these cards and they'll give you four ballot papers, 4. Because this is a presidential and general election, which means you are voting for the president, you are voting for your MP, you are voting for your mayor or your council chairman, and you are voting for your councillor. Some of the councillors or the MPs, you might not vote for them if they have been cancelled. You might be given 3, depending on where you are. But if they've not cancelled any of your elections, you get 4. When they give you those 4 voters, our viewers, make sure that they are stamped on the back of each ballot paper. Now I become stamp Ichidindo.
Yes, please.
Because if you go and vote for Ichidindo, that vote will not count. Please, I know that you want to go and vote for UPND. There will be no color. There will be no colors. There might be a picture of UHH or the candidate. The symbol is what you should go for. Ukuboko. That's what you go for. Go for HH, Bakuboko. Your MP, Bakuboko. Your mayor, Bakuboko. And your councillor, Bakuboko. You put a cross, not against on their name, but in the box. That cross should not cross, it should not be over the box. Because if it goes over the box, they will disqualify it. It should be within the box. And my Zambians, I'm very, very suspicious myself. If you've got a pen, carry your pen with you. They might refuse. Yeah, oh yes, Musha. I know you are. If you've got a pen, take a pen with you. They might refuse you to use your own pen, but I prefer to use my own pen, especially in Zambia, because there's a reason. In 1991, we believe. Can you mark it up for me, Musha? Aha. Inside the box, it should not be too big. It should not go inside, outside. If it does go outside, then it's disqualified. I'm saying get your pens, because for 1991, a company called Nikov, we don't know what happened with Nikov. So be very, very careful. I'm saying this, Musha, because we know that your PF might be working with the Israelis. We don't know what could be happening. So take your pen. I have to say this. I have to say these things. If they refuse you to use your pen, but take your own pen. After marking those 4 ballot papers, fold them, okay, and put them in the boxes. I think there will be 4 boxes. Some people might not know how to vote. You are allowed to get your polling agent of the party to help you to vote, unless they've changed them rules. When you're finished voting, go out. Do not You might go home and eat your food, but come back at 5 o'clock and stand 100 meters away from the polling station. Bring enough food, bring enough water so that you can stand there until they count your vote. That is what is going to happen. Your vote is going to be counted at each polling station. There will be witnesses inside there. Each party will put in a polling agent. That is their job, to observe that the voting has been done correctly. Counting will be done there. A form called G20 will be signed. Your job is to make sure that no box comes in, nobody comes with funny things. That is your job. You have to protect your voters, Zambians. This time there'll be no UPND, there'll be no HH. It's you, the 7 million voters, protect your vote. So it's over to you, Moshe.
All right. Now, General, you say that unless it's in the box, so I just want to clarify that the law says quite all right that it has to be in the box, but even if it were outside a little bit, it can still be, because the law says that the counters must be able to know the voter's intention. That's so that's how general it is. So even if small mistakes like something is crossing there, it's still okay. What they would disqualify is if instead of marking in one of these boxes, box box. General, we will have very sophisticated graphics soon, as long as we receive stars.
Yeah, but my advice to our viewers is that try and keep it within the box, because I know people who are counting, they tend to be funny. They might put it away and until they argue over it. Don't give them any chance of arguing against your vote. So keep it within the box.
Within the box. And then, General, we are going to come back with more specific instructions as soon as ECZ clarifies them, because there are some instructions regarding biometrics. It appears like there'll be both physical things like NRC and voters card, but there'll also be biometric thing, which is pretty neat, because you see, the PF were thinking that
Musha,
the PF
this is the first time. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
General, PF were thinking that so they went on a rampage buying voters cards and NRCs from the people, and thinking that they are then going to find other voters that are going to vote using those credentials. With biometric voting, I think, and we are going to receive more clarity later, because when we were registering as voters, General, they took our which one? Was it 1 or 2?
I think this time we're taking 4.
We're taking 2.
Is it 2? 2.
Yes, we are doing it.
Yeah. So those are going to be used on voting, it appears, and so. But we will come back to you with more evidence, with more clarity from ECZ. It appears like you for a ticker, it clears you, or it registers somewhere, and then your NRC and your voters card, and then you go to vote. But a lot more will be.
Talking about the buying of votes, Mosha, we're just receiving reports today that Helen Kaunda Secondary School in Kitwe, PF has been buying voter cards and voter registration cards at 500 kwacha per piece, using the headmaster and the debs in Kitwe. So if you Copper Belt people are listening, watch my Helen Kaunda Secondary School. They are still doing it. They were doing it even today. This afternoon, they were buying voters cards. So where they're taking them to, we don't know.
Yeah, it's a pretty worthless exercise, actually, because with biometric information, it will be very tough. And so after General explains what will happen on the actual election day, what happens afterwards, Mr. Kanika?
Yeah, as we know, we are following the new law, which is the Electoral Process Act, actually of 20, we used in 2016. Now we are using more, actually, this year, 2021. And we know very well that this time ECZ will be quicker to announce the results, because by law, they are mandated to do that. And so what we need to do, as we wait, let's be calm. let's avoid getting or listening to other information that is not verified. As much as different political parties will be having a PVTs which they'll be doing by themselves, let's maintain to be calm and wait for all the verified results from the Electoral Commission of Zambia. If you have seen that the results are different from what you captured, maybe you captured by phone the GN 20, is it 20 or 12?
G20 now. G20 form.
Yeah, the G20 form you captured. Say, let's say they are saying that Ndola Central, the constituents presidential, it is maybe 20,000. When the ECZ is announcing, maybe they go to announce 10,000. If you have the copy of that, you can take it to your political party to petition ECZ, and they can make amend to those results with immediate effect. What they are going to announce on the at the constituents, it is what will be announced at the totaling center. So if you at the constituents, they announce that it's 20,000, even at the totaling center, you expect to have 20,000. But what is needed is for us to remain calm and avoid getting, you see, there is a tendency of people start circulating fake results using WhatsApp and social media. So we need to be very much careful, as we know very well. This time there is cyber security. Let's not find ourselves on the other side of the law. We want you to come and enjoy the leadership of President HH. There's a is winning. We don't want to have a challenge where you circulate fake results, then the law finds you and you are being sent to jail for just circulating fake results for just an excitement, which should not be the case. But immediately after 18 hours, the counting starts. And make sure the polling actually, Ramusha, let me also talk to the polling agents, polling station agents who be sent, especially to our party. They should be ready to face whatever which will come. Polling thing, don't run away. Pupukireni pama ballot boxes. Opom imwe ngamwalire mfuti kaine nilaleni pama ballot boxes. Opom kalaremo. Not unkubutuka mulya. Nangwirire shanimwe dividend pama ballot boxes. Then you know that you are stopping people from bringing other ballot boxes if someone thinks in that way. But if ngamwalire mfuti mwabutuka, just know that things have changed. So immediately ngamwalire mfuti imwe kupupukira nokulalira pama ballot boxes. No rikiri.
I like that.
Yeah, so those who be sent, who be as polling station agents, if you are not ready to do this, better this time you request or you ask the people from the party not to give you the accreditation certificate, so that they put other people who are ready to fight for this freedom which we are trying to fight for.
Right. So now, you've said something very important, our resident pharmacist, and what you've said is to avoid the temptation to spread fake results. Now, as TV Bakwetu, we are not going to participate in spreading fake results. We will not do that. So we want to, the only role that other results are going to play with us is to impeach ECZ results, right? But if, for example, a G20 form is circulating and it's genuine, we can post that and compare it with ECZ results. We can do that, but we are not going to be spreading results that people just type up and make up. We are not going to do that. We believe that after 18 hours, results are going to begin coming. There are several constituencies in our country that release their results very quickly. Because of the particularly urban constituencies. Nchanga is one of them in Chingola. So Nchanga releases very quickly because it's mostly one of the most urban constituencies on the Copper Belt. So it releases its results very quickly. So we will be looking out for that. And so there are several other constituencies. So it will give us an idea. Once we see it's either 50-50 split on the Copper Belt between the main contenders, it will be a very bad day for Mr. Lungu. If he maintains a 70-30 ratio, we'll begin having an idea of where it's going. But we are very positive that it's going to go very, very well. We are not going to participate in spreading fake results. And so we want ECZ, imweba ECZ, tulefwa ya mutu trust as TV bakwetu. Mwimona kwa nakalimo, we are sensationalists. No. Chachi, we are a bit subjective. Otherwise, we are we are very level-headed. So tulefwa ya mutu trust so that when you get information, because we are partakers of news in Zambia. You know, don't just trust ZNBC. Na ifwebene muka tupere access to everything. Okay, so that will happen. So no fake news. People that can stay on, please do stay around to ensure that you see what is going on. Otherwise, it's going to be a great day. Now, General, I need to also address
before we move on, Musha.
Yeah.
I know that our polling agents, the UPND polling agents, have been trained. Right. My appeal, if you are a polling agent or your relative is a polling agent, give them enough water, give them enough food on that day, and they'll be fed. Because by PF, they'll come in ambushy, they'll come with chicken, and they'll do everything to divert the attention of the polling agent. Please, 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 every constituency, make sure that your polling agents are fed, they've got enough drink, and they've got enough food. And if they've got, if it's possible, they must have airtime on their phone, just in case of any emergency.
Yeah,
that's what I wanted to mention. These results will depend on the polling agents.
Yeah. Now, General, I need to talk about the issue of foreigners voting, and you know my position. Of course, we remain vigilant that only Zambians vote. Now, we are aware that there are some Zambians along border towns.
Yep.
They are Zambian. They are long border towns. They may live on the other side of the border. They are Zambian. They have a green national registration card and they have a voter's card. Do not discriminate against them when they cross over the border. As TV Vakwet, we've endorsed Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, and we are appealing to all voters in Zambia to vote for Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, including those border people. We are not going to say, no, they are not Zambian or anything like that. In fact, when voting, ECZ cannot inquire into your citizenship. It's not their job. There will be no immigration there trying to check on your citizenship. And so if you have a green national registration card and you have a voter's card, then, and you are a Zambian, you can cast your ballots. Okay. And so we expect constituencies that are bordering Congo, Avena Chiengi, Avena Milenge, Mansa, Chembe, all these people, the same. In Fulira,
Mugubudu in Eastern Province.
And Mugubudu.
Chipangali
and several other constituencies.
Yeah. So all these constituencies, there are no boundaries. There are really no boundaries. And if they were issued with these NRCs and they're Zambians, they are genuine Zambians, I see no reason why they shouldn't vote. So it will be very exciting, especially on the border, all the borders, like Malawi, where there's no river. You in Congo, there's a river, they have to swim and risk being eaten by crocodiles. But in Malawi, there's no river there. So they'll just cross into Gazi, cross into Chama, cross into Nakonde, no problem, because they're just bordering with Malawi. So that is going to be very interesting, Moshe. But whatever it is, they have to go and vote for HH. We need change of government.
Right. Yeah. Definitely. Okay.
So
now,
Moshe, can we go on now just to update our viewers about the trip by HH to the Eastern Province? He has arrived back home in Lusaka.
Right.
The tear gas came out again in Petauke. The tear gas came out again in Petauke, but the police, I think, were embarrassed because there were just too many people, and they just stopped it. After tear gassing, I think it was 1 or 2 or 3 tear gases, they stopped it. I think the most interesting part was from Chipata, he stopped at Chiwoko. Chiwoko, it was red. I know that place very well. Chiwoko was red. He arrived in Katete, it was all red. He arrived in Sinda, it was red. Petauke, the tear gas came out. When he arrived in Nyimba, again it became even more red. I was really shocked with Nyimba. Really, really shocked. So what I saw from the trip of 1-day trip of him arriving in Mfuwe, in Lundazi, in Chipata, in Katete, in Petauke, in Nyimba today, I didn't see the Rwangwa reception. Eastern Province is definitely shifted. It's gone.
Right.
That's the Eastern Province telling you to say. Today at Nyimba, they were telling to the police right in their face, we want change. Telling the police officer, and the police officer, they were very disciplined. They stood there quietly and listening.
That's the me what I'm just asking for as HH goes to State House next month, not next month, in few weeks from today. I'm just asking for that shoe. That shoe never misses. I think that shoe is a magic. It's a magic shoe. I'm asking him to. If he can leave the other people with that nice mansion, he should just leave me with a shoe.
Presidential shoe.
It was just fantastic.
When I went shopping for shoes, presidential shoe. Miranga General. After this show, Nala Miranga at Nainewi in any presidential show.
No, I think these last 24 hours, I think I've seen some shift in the police. The behavior of the police in Lundazi, the behavior of the police in Chipata, that airport diplomacy and leadership class yesterday, it will remain with the police for a long time. And the Commissioner Lungu, I think, is having sleepless nights. And I think Commissioner Lungu is praying very hard that HH must just win. Because he will say, Mr. President, I was very reasonable with you, and I listened to you. And I think to give credit to our police officers in Eastern Province, from the video, because we're monitoring everything, they were very good. Right. In Petauke, they were very good. I think 1 or 2 who misbehaved, got excited and fired. But in Katete, they were very good. In Sinda, they were very, very good. In Nyimba, they were excellent. In Nyimba, I'm saying Nyimba because I know that town very well. I call it my second home. I could see the policemen lining up, trying to protect the HH, but also trying to tell the people to say, don't go into on the road. But I could hear people in Senga to say we want to change, saying in Senga, right in the face of the policeman or policewoman. Yeah. And our police were very good. They never answered anything. They were just doing their job, which is fantastic for me. That's so how.
General, you are agreeing now to the mighty SG Davis Miller, who said the police are now UPND.
well, Musha, the police are citizens. They've got the right to support any party. What they are not allowed to do is to show it that they support PF or UPND. They're supposed to be neutral. But when they go and vote, they know what to do. It's up to them. They're citizens, you and I, just like the army. Musha, before we move, I'm told the president was commissioning the Air Force officers today, and they announced that there will be a debt swap for the defense and military people.
He announced that?
Yes.
I think it should be very clear that the biggest debt swap we need in our country is for the government to pay the civil servants and soldiers and policemen their due. That's it. You see, all these things of debt swap, we've already covered it. What we expect the government to do, imwe, bali pirene ama civil servants impia mwakwata imisha mkwete as government. That's it. It's very simple.
Even the army, when they go for the peacekeeping mission, do not return their money. Pay them their dollars. Yeah. So today the president goes to Livingstone and says, no, even the defense forces, the army and the air force, you will be given a debt swap. Where have you been, Mr. Lungu, all these years? All the allowances which you have not paid the defense forces, you are saying you're not going to pay them now because you're looking for a vote.
No. It's not even saying that he will pay them, because if you were to pay them, he should have just announced to cover it. As I walk out of this platform,
I'm going to pay
assuming that I survive without fainting. As I walk out of this platform, I'm instructing the treasurer to release all the money that I owe you. That's it. Not if you have a debt swap, if you have a Kelenka debt swap. We are not interested in that, Mr. President. Just release the money to all the civil servants. Let the money hit their bank accounts tomorrow. Or tomorrow is Saturday. Let the bank accounts hit
on Monday.
On Monday. Monday is the holiday.
Monday is the holiday in Zambia. It's a holiday here.
Yeah, I think, General, for me, I feel the issue, since I'm a Pente, I'm talking now in a prophetic way as a Pentecostal.
We are the majority here now. General is alone.
The issue of swap, it's a prophetic indicating to you that on the 12th again there will be another swap, the major swap of all swaps.
Yeah.
No, I mean, he announced it at a parade in Livingstone, commissioning the Air Force officer. And I was very worried, Munsha, you know. I thought he was going to faint again. He was going to collapse on that parade. I was so really worried. I said, no, I hope he doesn't faint today again at this parade.
We were praying for him, General. If we were we were interceding that he doesn't do that.
I watched that and I said, oh, come on, Mr. President, Mr. Commander, do not faint again in the presence of your Air Force officers. So he is giving military people a death swap. And I think I'm saying to myself, what is he trying to do? It has been a very strange week. Yesterday, Musha, he went and visited Mainda Chona's grave.
Oh, okay.
And do you know what came into my mind? I thought, the Mainda Chona I know, he must have been turning in his grave. Because Mainda Chona loved Zambia. He loved Zambia so much. And to hear Kambwidi and all these people insulting the Tongas, and then Lungu pretends to go to Mainda Chona's grave. I was saying, what is he trying to do? You know, what it reminded me of what I saw of Donald Trump going to that church and getting the Bible and holding the Bible and saying, look, I believe in the Bible. So yesterday, Mr. Lungu was showing that he loves the Tongas, including Mainda Chona, by going to his grave. No, Mr. Lungu. That was fake.
Now, how do you love Tongas? You love Tongas like you love all Zambians. You don't fire Tongas on national interest. Young doctors, at a doctor Mutonga, Vatamfia, no Mulozi, Vatamfia, in national interest. Where on earth would you retire a doctor in national interest?
Yeah.
Is it national interest or whatever interest they call it?
It's called
No.
national interest, Munsha. I mean, how do you do that? And then he goes to Mainza Chona's grave and stands there, and as usual, he's holding his hand. And I'm saying to myself,
No.
the Mainza Chona I served with in the Central Committee, the last Central Committee, was a patriot.
Right.
He would have been turning in that grave and saying, Mr. Lungu, go away,
Right.
because you are trying to divide the Zambian people. So it was strange. I've got that photograph. It just made my tummy turn. Honestly.
Yeah.
Just couldn't believe it.
It's one Zambia, one nation, and I believe that this country is going to come back together again in this August.
Definitely it is.
And so General, we've got to end here. Oh, yes, Mr. Kaniga.
I doubt over what you mentioned, because umwina wachi sushi, yeah, today was in Mansa there again, and he went on more tribe and all that. And the people there just said, no, we don't want to listen to issues of tribe. So if only those people are moved from the political circles, Zambia will come back to the one Zambia, one nation, the way we used to be.
It's very sad. Mr. Kambwili is still using tribal language.
Yeah.
Why do I still continue to believe that this gentleman will change? Is it because Nibushma people to hope that somebody will change? Nifinish Jerome. Ndeke Bushma people.
Musha, CK will not change. CK has a problem. The problem he has is he has got cases. He's supposed to go to jail. So either you go to jail or you continue insulting the Tongas. Those insults are meant to save his neck. Whether he's got a neck, I don't know. Whether it's a neck, So that way of insulting the Tongas, and the president is quiet, it's just I'm getting very, very concerned. And they're paying for his flight. It's not like he's going on a bus or drive. They're paying for Kambwili's flights. 14 days to go before elections, the PF is still paying for Kambwili's flight to go in the south, the Tongas in the north. It shows how dirty PF is.
It's double dealing. You see, it's
visit Mainza Chona's grave. It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Your volume, General.
If we lost you, Misha.
No, I'm okay. It's you. It's your volume.
Your volume, General. Your volume,
Looks like
General.
we lost Musha.
No, he's here. It's you, your volume. Your volume, General.
General, the volume, yeah, no. Oh, okay. General is gone. Now, what I find very, very discouraging about the whole tribal thing is that you see, the Patriotic Front is a party of double dealing. You know what I mean? So they have their candidates, which they are sponsoring, but they also have independents that they are sponsoring. So you really don't know what's going on. Lungu fires Chilufya's minister, but Lungu also adopts Chilufya as a candidate. Lungu fires Chomba for a fake doctorate or anything like that, and yet Chomba gets adopted in Mufulira to displace a real doctor, Mushimba in Mufulira. So it's double dealing. So he lets Chishimba Kambwili continue insulting Tongas, and yet he goes to the gravesite of Mainza Chona, one of the most famous Tongas, and to say what? So it's double dealing. Number Zambians are also doing it in August, and they'll do something good. General, we've got to go.
Yeah, before we go, Musha, tomorrow we've got the following candidates lined up. We've got Haimbe, a lawyer, Lusaka Central. They call him Wanje. He's coming up tomorrow.
Yeah.
We are also getting Samson Piri, Petauke Central, who's meeting JJ Banda versus Mama Dora Silia. So Samson Piri is coming on tomorrow. We might get an update from Honorable Honorable Cornelius Mwewa, who's in the north. I think you have seen that the PF, the UPND big guns are all heading to the north.
Right.
If we don't get Cornelius, we are definitely going to get Honorable Garin Combo, because he was on fire. He issued a statement today to say, look, I think this idea of just using the police against the UPND it doesn't make any sense. So
right.
That is what we are going to have tomorrow, Munsha. On Sunday, we are getting a technical team which is going to help us broadcast the whole day. I will brief you the team. We are ready for Sunday. And we want any of the candidates who want to talk to us to come and use the slot. We also want
to 6.
From 6 to 6. Yeah. And any candidate from the Southern Province, the Northwestern Province, anywhere who wants to come and talk to us and tell us about their constituency, please, we want them. But to our audience, if you've got a special question for HH, start giving us questions, because I think next week we're having HH. We'll give you the date.
All right.
And then Sunday the 1st, again, from 15 hours Zambian time to 17 hours, there's a virtual rally, UPND. There will be a number of speakers, including HH. Watch for it, because we've done a good job. We are not going to talk about it's going to be beautiful, and it's going to be broadcast throughout the country. TV stations, radio stations, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube will be everywhere on Sunday. Over to you, Musha.
General, I like your salesmanship, because you are saying something like, we've done a good job. Make sure that we've done a good job. That's pretty remarkable.
I'm a marketing specialist, and yes, I'm in the team which has organized this rally. We've done a good job. Our team has done a fantastic job. So watch out for what you see on Sunday.
Okay. Mr. Kanika?
I think you just wait to see what will happen on Sunday. But General, I'm asking, here in Rwanda, I think we have two candidates for Rwanda Central and the Rhone. So maybe we need also to find space for them to also come on air, and also they share the vision and what they want to do for the people of Rwanda, because we have a lot of followers actually in Rwanda who follow this program very much. So we need the Honorable Chala to be here. We need Honorable Simbao to be here, so that at least they also explain themselves what they plan to do. These are brilliant members of parliament we have here in Rwanda, with massive support from the general populace. So we need to give them an opportunity also.
Please, if they can get in touch with me, we will arrange with the chief host, and we'll arrange something. I've got a special interest for Luanshya as well, because my other heart is in Luanshya. So I want Ron and the other. So yes, please let them get in touch with me, and we'll slot them in. We might slot them in on Sunday, because Sunday we have the whole day, viewers. Any of the candidates, even the PF candidates, if they want to test their skills of how to share their vision, let them come on.
Yes. So thank you very much. Thank you very much for joining us today. Lots of exciting things between now and next week. Even after elections, TV Bakwetu continues. Imupantu bambi bare mona TV Bakwetu ikashima after the elections. No. Actually, now to quite bigger responsibilities after the election. So we are continuing. Ifweta ture shima yo. TV Bakwetu is here for you. Those that need to send stars, please do so. Do not neglect Mole to Mama Stars Dionse every time. Okay. Thank you very much for joining us today. Good night, and God bless you, and God bless our country.
Good night from Scotland.